Welcome to the shit show.
The show.
That is the rabbit hole.
Welcome everybody to today's fucking podcast.
What? What the fuck did you just say? Did you me on the what
I think
the?
that's the perfect intro.
Had a spasm. Heard about it. I was gonna do the intro, but then I just brain farted, so I just went.
Oi, mate. I mean, how hard is it to actually pull off an Australian accent?
Very.
You just gotta say cunt at the end of your words. The sentence.
Yeah, and you gotta try not to force it that much.
At this point, now that he's on the podcast, I want to try my best to offend the Australian with my Australian accent.
Oh, I'm already offended by that.
I was offended by it.
Wait,
not Australian.
Have you ever seen the fucking video?
Well, he's a New Zealander, but they're this.
It's fucking kidney huntsman.
Okay, well, the New Zealander accent is kind of almost the same as the Australian, isn't it?
There's a clear difference when you put them next to each other.
I mean, obviously, there's a
But
clear difference between New Yorkers and Kentuckians, but
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
I love the fucking jargon. They're like some of the things they say to like fucking cigarettes, like ciggies. Like that's like okay. But then there's like fucking.
I want you to call me. What is? Give me an Australian slur.
I mean, you can call people bogans.
All right. No. We just want to stop with the first one. What is a bogan?
A bogan is like it's actually an Australian place called Bogan Gate as well, which is hilarious. Bogans are just like low social status people, like
rednecks.
Rednecks.
yeah,
Rednecks.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so just
the Australian.
way to go ahead and offend me at the top of the hour. But anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You're wondering,
Yo, you're trying to offend the Australian. Who no, you.
no, you. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. If you're wondering why the fuck we're talking about Australians today, we're going to the Down Under for today's twisting little tale of Katherine Knight. Right? Yeah.
He was a bogan.
She was a bogan.
Why are you like? Right? Let's fucking look at us.
Wait, was she a bogan? Yeah, she
You're
was.
the
A
one
You
that
know
fucking
what
picked
she
the subject.
is? Dead.
No, actually, no, she's
very
alive.
much alive.
She's still alive?
She's still alive.
Yeah.
She is 65 years old, currently rotting away at the Silverwater Women's Correctional Center in New South Wales. And that one's over there laughing.
I just went to Urban Dictionary to search up bogan to see what people have written about it. Can I read this first?
Go ahead.
Bogan, a fascinating beast. The majority of the species are hideously repugnant and unintelligent, and yet they manage to breed in ever-increasing numbers and populate the area known as the Outer West. It is quite common to find 5 or 6 offspring in each family group, often with different father for each new baby. Their habitat consists of weatherboard or brick veneer dwelling and is characterized by an early model Holden or Ford in the driveway, surrounded by a group of males discussing the carby why the carby is stuffed, and the results of last night's footy. The premiered. If anyone wants a
So
brief
bogans are like
definition of
fucking
footy, is
ghettos.
a primitive gladiator-like spectator sport enjoyed by most bogans.
But I like the
bogans are
bogans,
like
man. That is my
fucking
people.
ghetto.
My mom has 5
ghetto
children. 2 of them have different fathers, all right? So, you know, I can feel that on an emotional level. But
You know what I really love is I tried to.
My
fucking
mom is
lower
not
your
a whore.
volume. Tried to lower your volume on fucking in the game, but it's on Discord, so you're still loud as shit.
While males tend to be To be very friendly and congregate with other males, the females spend most of the time in supermarkets and shopping malls using a shrill, high-pitched call to discipline their children and contact other females.
Well-
man, why is...
That's the
Anyway.
National graphic for Bogans.
That's a
Anyway.
that's a great way at the top of the hour to start everything. But let's real quick, let's go back to today's topic, because that whole part right there was completely off topic. Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Mako here with the Rabbit Hole Podcast, and I am joined with FaZe the Fox, Ramori, and Nero Cool. And Ramori, so you said that you've heard about this story about Katherine Knight, right?
I've read about it a long time ago, and yeah, just you reminding me about this, it's like, oh, this is gonna be a juicy one.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be juicy because
Very tender.
Hey, if we're doing an Australian murder case, the next one's gonna be Canadian. It's not gonna be next episode, but fucking next murder thing. I want to talk about the Piggy Palace thing.
That's that. I got you. We'll do that
like
one.
murder here.
We'll do that one, and then I'll save the big one for because I got a big one that I'm working on right now.
The big one.
Disclaimer, if anyone heard that,
Shut
I
up,
said we
Face.
like murder here.
I mean-
discussing it, not doing it.
He didn't like big ones, but you know he also didn't like when they moved during sex.
All right.
Alright.
Back to.
Hard cut the topic.
Back to topic. But she is the first Australian woman to be sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. She was convicted for murder of her partner, John Charles Thomas Price, in February of 2000. Knight stabbed Price to death, skinned him, and then put his skin on a meat hook and cooked his head and parts of his body with the intention of feeding them to his children. Like I said, she also chopped off both his ass cheeks, fried him up, and then served him on a platter next to some veggies.
No, sounds normal. Why are we talking about it?
That's an Australian. Now that's an Aussie cookout right there, mate.
Real quick, how do you cook a head?
You boil it.
I don't know. Ask Catherine.
Ask Catherine.
In the oven? Like in the oven, you just broil it. Just fucking, I don't know, fucking put some lemon on it. Fucking,
So, FaZe.
oh.
Yes.
Please, ladies and gentlemen. You know, as you guys have been, if you guys are fans of the show, you know FaZe helps read along with me sometimes. FaZe, what's your predicament right now?
I'm good until I'm not.
Yes.
Quite literally,
AKA
that is the only
AKA
way I can define this.
AKA, it's food poisoning.
I got really bad food poisoning and/or salmonella. It's not great.
No, that's not salmonella. You would not be up if it was salmonella.
That's because he got his
I haven't
crabs from
been.
Dirty Dicks.
Yeah.
Got the crabs from Dirty Dick. God damn, dude.
Dirty Dick's Crab
But,
Shack. Only fucking in.
Oh no.
That's a literal place. I have a T-shirt. It literally says I got my crabs from Dirty Dick's, and Dirty Dick's Crab Shack is an actual place in fucking what's the name? What's the Outer Banks, North Carolina, off of the Atlantic Ocean.
I don't know if I could use that little soundboard that I have right now. It's like, loved it.
But I can read.
Okay.
I should be able to read.
Okay. Well,
He's like, I love how it's like, FaZe is like, my coach just goes, yeah, FaZe reads along with me. He's like, it's not like I sent it to everybody else too, but.
I'm
What?
just expecting FaZe to reenact that scene from
no.
Family Guy. where
well,
they
I mean,
trick them
yeah.
into the
When we are doing stories like this, normally FaZe does read along with me. You guys, I give you the article.
No.
If you want to read along, you're more than welcome.
I know, that's what I said. That's what I mean. It's like you're just like pointing fingers. Like it's not like I fucking give it to everybody, but only FaZe read it. Like,
Well, you know what? Since it's just us,
Bitch.
and it's an Australian story, Ramori, you start us off with the early life and family. Why don't you? You should see it right there on the page.
I'll be
Say it in
100%
your
honest.
best American accent, because now that we've heard Mako's attempt at an Australian accent,
Yeah, let's
I
see.
hear the
Yeah,
opposite.
let's see you try to do my. Let's see you try to do my primitive accent over here.
Primitive.
Alright, howdy, partner.
I might have
You just sound like a Canadian
slightly-
trying to do a southern accent.
Are you on the? Are you
I
on
can't
the
even speak
wiki?
English normally. Imagine
Yes.
trying to do an accent.
Okay, let me just double check that then, because
Oh,
I
I
am
threw
on a
the-
different one.
I threw the link in the Discord. You should have
Yeah,
the link. And early life
on
and family
Wikipedia.
begin there.
Mako threw the links in the basket.
I did.
You're wanting.
Yes.
we're
And if you're
starting
wanting,
at the
and if you're
beginning
wanting to
of
know
early
our
life and
sources for
family.
today's episode, ladies and gents, it is on the Wikipedia. That's where we get most of our sources today. Also, I listened to the entire story from the last podcast. They done a good two-part episode on this story, but I'm not.
Last podcast on the left.
The last podcast on the left, they done a good two-part story for this, but I wanted to do our own version, but we're gonna skim it down. We're gonna make it into one episode for you guys.
Try to condense it.
Yeah, condense it.
I don't know. I don't know how to say it.
Condense.
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 Okay. Oh. Today I was 2 years old when I learned how to fucking read.
No, it's like a fucking meme. Like, Jeremy, could you read for the class? No, I can't. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm in fucking 11th grade, and I never knew how to read.
My
Well,
name's Neil
actually-
Cole, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, my name's Marco. I am also an alcoholic.
Wait. How did I turn this into a fucking? How did I turn this to an AA meeting? Oh yeah, Australia. That's how. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, this isn't a podcast. This is an intervention. Now.
This is an intervention, exactly.
Oh shit! I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Everybody's heads just turn at the same time and stare directly in your eyes.
Except the face.
Hi guys, we're talking about a leather face. This is an intervention.
I mean, yo, I got roasted last night on my stream for being salty and fucking whatever else. I was like, man, really? I invite you guys over on my stream, you fucking just roast me the entire time playing Gartic Phone. Fuck all y'all.
That's the beauty of streaming a game where people also have control of what's going on. They will make fun of you. Didn't you see all the fucking shit of the? What was it? We done shit with Ramori. Lynx was thrown into half of it. We've done shit with fucking Rusty turning 18. Fucking
That was great.
Mako me getting fucked in the ass with a hype train. Like
Whoa.
Phase.
Oh, yeah.
FaZe.
Yeah, okay.
FaZe was also in there somewhere. We with like.
Let's not.
I don't need to need to remember the drawing I had to draw.
I'll go on a quick like play. Fucking Deadpool. Wait. Okay, Deadpool goes typical league player. So I just like draw someone that's like smashing their keyboard. Fucking my own like IRL friends Gurren goes, "You're cool," and then fucking Stalls, my buddy that we played Among Us with, just fucking draws a salt shaker.
All right, so now that we're done being completely off topic, now let's
My fault.
roll back and begin the harrowing tale of Katherine Knight.
You loud thunder. Katherine Knight was born and raised in an unconventional and dysfunctional family environment. Her mother, Barbara Rogan, had been married to Jack Rogan and lived with him in a small town of Aberdeen in New South Wales, Hunter Valley. Barbara and Jack had 4 sons before Barbara began an adulterous relationship with Ken Knight, a friend and co-worker of her husband. The Rowan and Knight families were well known in the conservative rural town, and the affair caused a major scandal.
I mean, sure. I mean,
I'm confused. I
huh?
was so confused that you were like Rogan. I was like, wait, why is she
Seth
fucking
Rogen?
called Knight?
Oh,
No, he's like Barbara Rogan and
Barbara Rogan and
How
somebody
is
else
she
like how
Knight?
is she a
Then-
knight? But then that's where it
and
begins.
don't clear it out.
It's
Yeah.
because people couldn't keep their dick in pants,
Huh?
and it's
What up, bro?
huh?
What?
Did you just fucking mumble again? Like, did your fucking brain have an aneurysm again? You good? Where you going?
Sec.
He needs more alcohol.
Well, keep going then, Ramon.
Local.
I didn't admit it.
No, he's talking to someone else by the looks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm talking to my mama.
Local backlash forced Barbara and Ken to leave Aberdeen and move to Moree. None of her 4 sons went with her. The 2 older boys continued to reside with their father, while the 2 younger sons were sent to be raised by an aunt in Sydney. Barbara had 4 additional children with Ken. Jeez. 4 additional children with Ken, including twin girls born in 1955 in Tenterfield. Katherine Knight was the younger of these twin daughters. In 1959, when Knight was 4, Jack Rogan died, and his 2 boys who had been living with him moved in with Barbara, who was their mother, and Ken.
Oh my god. So this woman was just popping out fucking babies left. Oh, well, you know, that was boomer. Baby boomers. This is around that time.
I couldn't even handle one.
My grandmother, she was part of that whole boomer. She has she has 4 brothers and 3 sisters.
Damn.
Yeah. Which I'm kind of like that too. I'm the oldest out of my bunch. But out of full blood brother and sister, I have 1 brother and 1 sister that's full, same mother, same father. Then I have another brother and sister from my mother, and then I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters from my father.
How do you even keep track? I can't even.
And I'm the oldest out of the bunch.
Good golly.
55-year-old Mr. Mako.
I'm 25. I was born in 1995. I'm actually one of the, FaZe is the youngest at the table right now. It's actually going down.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. I don't like being the youngest.
Because it used to be Rusty, but Rusty's not here.
I make other people sound old so I can hide.
Let's see. You know what? Just because I read the first little part, Nero, it's your turn.
Right. Nero's like, shit, I don't have it up.
He probably doesn't. Alright, fuck you then. Knight's father was an alcoholic who openly used violence and intimidation.
He just wanted me to write. He just wanted me to read. He was an alcoholic.
Yes. Who used violence and intimidation to rape his wife, Barbara, up to 10 times a day. This dude was fucking he needed pussy, apparently. Barbara, in turn, often told her daughters intimate details of her sex life, how much she hated sex and men. Later, when Knight complained to her mother that one of her partners wanted her to take part in a sex act that she did not want to perform, Barbara told her to put up with it and stop complaining. Knight claims she was frequently sexually assaulted by several members of her family, though not by her father, which continued until she was 11. Although there are doubts about the details, psychiatrists accept her claims, and the events have been largely confirmed by members of the family. Barbara's great-grandmother was an indigenous Australian.
Indigenous.
Indigenous Australian from the Moore era, who had married an Irishman. Barbara was proud of this fact and identified as an... What is that?
Aboriginal.
Aboriginal, alright? Give us a definition of an Aboriginal.
Oh, it's like Native Americans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Australian version. And then New Zealand has Maori.
Okay,
the Maori tribe and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Australian OGs.
To not diss on Australians, they really went original with the name, didn't they? Get it? Because it's Aboriginal.
No. Pain.
Aboriginal doesn't even mean just fucking Australians.
I know,
Aboriginal just means like the
I
native
know, but
people
then,
from-
well, as a definite then. I know it's supposed to like the original people, but at the same time, you could have come up with a better name for it than just Aboriginal.
that's why they went with natives.
Yeah, honestly. This was kept a family secret, and there was considerable racism in the area at the time. Oh, for the U.S. And this was a source of tension for the children. Apart from her twin sister, the only person whom Knight was close to was her uncle, Oscar Knight, who was a champion horseman. We really like playing with his horses. She was devastated when he.
Trains.
Hey, she was devastated when he committed suicide in 1969 and continued to maintain that his ghost visited her. The family moved back to Aberdeen that same year. Okay, so in 1969, the only reason he couldn't he done that because he couldn't in 69. Stating facts.
Sure.
I want someone to get mad at me, okay? I'm trying my best.
At this point, it's gonna be a two-parters.
Can I just say real quick? I was reading through this wiki earlier today before the podcast, and as soon as I read that line there, I just immediately thought Marco's gonna say something about 1969. I can guarantee it. And I was fucking right.
You read
1969.
You read
Fuckers.
the future. All right, so Face, are you with us?
I am here.
Okay,
Not dead yet.
because you haven't got to really say much this episode. Why don't you go ahead and read this thing right here?
Which one are you meaning?
This last paragraph before marriage to David.
Aha! Yes. When she attended Muswellbrook High School, I'm assuming that Muswell is a Muswell. I don't think it's Muswell.
Honestly, we
Muswellbrook
should have the
School.
native Australian or New Zealander in
I don't even
Australia
know.
over there.
Knight became a loner and is remembered by classmates as a bully who stood over small children. She assaulted at least one boy at school with a weapon and was once injured by a teacher, who was subsequently found to have acted in self-defense.
Oh my
By
God.
contrast, when not in a rage, Knight was a model student and often earned awards for her good behavior. Upon leaving school at 15, without having learned to read or write, she gained employment as a cutter in a clothing factory. 12 months later, she left to start what she referred to as her dream job, cutting up, I think it's pronounced
It's awful. Yeah, awful.
Yeah.
I'll get into that in
Awful
just a
at
second.
local abattoir. Abattoir.
Abattoir.
But
Abattoir.
it's like a tree cutter.
Nope.
I will let Nero say it because Nero's probably the one that knows it.
No, wait. Devastated confirm.
Okay, before you continue, continue, the abattoir is more or less a meat cutting factory.
Okay,
Yeah,
abattoir.
meat cutting.
Yes. Abattoir. Yeah, it's
Abattoir.
in
And
slaughterhouse.
it's a
As-
slaughterhouse, and like
As will be obvious with the next sentence.
exactly. Now
Yeah.
you can continue phase. Now that they know what an abattoir is.
Cutting up offal at a local abattoir.
Oh.
There she was quickly promoted to boning and was given her own set of butcher knives. At home, the knives were hung over her bed so that they would always be handy if I needed them. A habit she continued until her incarceration. Everywhere she lived, she just was addicted to boning.
Yes,
Why?
because
Why
she
was so immature?
she dug out the marrow out of the bones.
You've gotta
That's
be some kind of person to be able to do that. Like I could not see myself working at any meat processing facility.
no,
let alone
exactly.
doing what she did.
and awful in this case is is that marrow, and they call it
Oh yeah, okay.
that's what it's called. It's called awful. So Yeah.
Constant vigilance.
What the fuck? We're recording a podcast. Why do you do this every time? This is the third time you've done this.
Constant vigilance. Constant vigilance. You're not being vigilant.
Mom,
No,
get
I'm
out of
taking your
here.
marrow. No, I'm taking your marrow. I'm
No.
taking your marrow. It's
You're
my
taking my
house.
marrow. No, stop.
Yep. I've taken your marrow.
Out of context, everybody on Spotify is just like, what the fuck just happened?
They don't know about constant vigilance. They obviously need to follow your Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Mako Live.
All right, you're...
No,
Okay,
everyone.
I'm just gonna hold on. I gotta walk myself off.
Bye, Mom.
That was great comedical timing right there.
Should I keep that in?
Yeah. So
Producer, do we have to keep that one in?
we can just edit like a PNG doing this, like just doop 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 doop.
As Mom walks off. Dear Lord. All right, well.
No, not even walks in, just straight up fucking just bursts in.
No, it's like fucking falling from the ceiling. Gimme!
Get out!
That was an event.
What?
I said that was an event.
That was an event. All right, Nero, you ready to read, or you still?
You want me to read
Yes.
from Marriage?
Yeah.
Marriage.
Okay.
Woo wow.
Let's get into the love. Let's get into the love life of
Jeez,
Katherine.
I just skimmed ahead a little bit. Oh my god.
Knight.
Knight first met hard-drinking co-worker David Stanford Kellett in 1973. Kellett had previously worked on for the railways at Coffs Harbour. His best friend was killed in front of him in a shunting accident. Shunting? What's shunting?
Shunting accident.
Like-
That's when they're moving cars about inside of a rail yard. They're shunting the cars. They're moving to create a train. So,
It's like train humping.
more or less.
He was later present when a train hit a high school bus in Kempsey, killing 6 children in 1960. Killing 6 children. In 1968, he helped rescue the injured and remove the bodies. His heavy drinking has been attributed to these incidents. It was transferred to Muswellbrook. Yeah, Muswellbrook is what I said. Shut up. After causing several derailments due to falling asleep while shunting.
I can just imagine this, like,
It's me while streaming.
like I'm over here just moving some
derailments.
cars about and just fuck a few derailments, like fucking just.
Wait,
How
wait,
easy?
can you imagine if you're in the train yard and you fucking manage to derail a train? How hard it
Yeah,
has
like
to be?
how do you do that?
Well, listen. When you're drunk, I can take I can say that the rocking of the train is what put him to sleep. If he was just barely moving, because every time, even though they look
If he's
sturdy,
in the train yard, he's probably
inside
doing, like at most 20. Like at
inside
most 20 fucking kilometers per hour.
mostly
mostly
15 miles per hour, or what is that in kilometers per hour?
Probably like
15
30.
miles?
Sometimes 10.
Fuck knows.
It's so in most yards it's 10 miles an hour. So he's just barely he's just rocking about that, because even though you can barely see it, those cabs, they sway because the whole locomotive is shifting to try to keep everything level. That way everything on the inside is still working correctly. It's supposed to do that. So that rocking,
You'd know that.
of course I would know that, but I believe I'd be the best person on this fucking table that would fucking know that, But shut up! I don't like trains. But
Oh,
like trains.
but I say that's what was put him to sleep is the rocking, because he's
that or just.
and if he was drunk, that
not even
attributes to that.
If he was like us and just like drinking like way into the early morning, and then the day after he had to work.
I mean, me
That's
myself,
probably just like
I love driving trains drunk. I find it more. I get sucked into it easily. Did I say it out loud?
Fucking, that's in a first-person fucking game. Imagine.
Yeah, and like you're controlling fucking
All right,
Eight-
whatever.
you're controlling over 12,000 horsepower with just the tip of your finger.
Okay, well, shunting. His behavior deteriorated, and he eventually
Fuck
lost
you,
his job. But he soon got work at a nearby Aberdeen abattoir, where he became close friends with Knight's brother. After he began dating Knight, he also occasionally partnered with her twin. Often, if Kellett got into a fight, Knight would step in and back him up with her fists.
Yeah,
Man,
'cause
she had a
yeah.
fucking-
This woman, like
She had
the
spunk.
the
Fucking
way,
up.
like if you're wanting, like you need to look up pictures for those that are listening in. I mean, Catherine, she wasn't your 110-pound skinny, like I can throw her around like a rag doll type deal. She was fucking. Whew, she could beat the fuck out of you if you wanted. She was a monster, okay? But here's the fun part. She liked men who were smaller than her.
So she's a
Yeah,
dog.
they're easier to fucking kill and eat, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell. Okay. In Aberdeen, she was well known for physically threatening anybody who would upset her. Knights married Kellett in 1974. At her request. With the couple arriving at the service on her motorcycle with a very intoxicated Kellett and the pillion. Palin?
Yeah,
Is
Billy.
that
Billion.
Pillion? Okay. As soon as they arrived, Knight's mother Barbara gave Kellett some advice.
The old girl.
The
said
old
to-
girl, Knight's mother said to me to watch out. You better watch this one, or she'll fucking kill you. Stir her up the wrong way, or do the wrong thing, and you're fucked. Don't even think of playing up on her. Cheating is what I meant. She'll fucking kill you. And that was her mother's talking. She told me she's got something loose. She's got a screw loose somewhere. Is what. the
Like,
husband said.
like honestly, like yeah, like Catherine was insane that her mother already knew that she was insane. That makes sense.
Mommy-
Now, why would
wait,
you
wait,
not do
wait,
something
what's the
about
saying?
that at that point? Like,
What's the saying? Mums knows best.
I mean, there's nothing that physically that they could do at that point in time. Anyway, you got to think this is
I guess-
I mean, she hadn't done
1976.
anything wrong
yeah.
yet.
But I mean,
That's-
obviously
yeah,
she could have
keyword.
seeked help, and and this is a PSA for anybody out there. If you have any dark thoughts going through your mind, please seek help.
Oh, I picked the wrong one. Fuck my life.
Just don't let it sit there and simmer. Please just seek help. There's always somebody out there
Absolutely.
that's willing to listen.
It's called intrusive thoughts, and they suck.
Mm-hmm.
Don't listen to them, and talk to people about it.
What's that? You want me to kill everyone on the? Okay, I got.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, hey, yo, Marco, if anything, on this podcast, I'm the one that has voices. You fucking called me out many times just because I was working in my chair, just going like. Marco just goes, he's hearing the voices. I was like,
He's
what
hearing the
fuck are you
he's
talking
hearing
about?
he's hearing the voices. He's about to fucking RKO somebody. Watch out. This is why I gave you the fucking RKO because of that very instance. When you're just sitting there, he's hearing the voices.
Chilling. Are you chilling in the chair?
Call Slytherin, watch out.
Oh, watch out! RKO. That returns Sunday. No, wait.
No, it's CT.
What the fuck is this next line, though? Do you want me to keep reading, or do you want to read?
It's your turn. You continue for the next
Yeah,
couple
I
of
can.
paragraphs.
So, on their wedding night, Knight tried to strangle Kellett. She later explained it was because he fell asleep only after having intercourse 3 times.
Yep. She wanted the dick. All right. She was about as bad as her father. She wanted it. She was
12 times a day.
what?
How do you come to marry someone like this without knowing that they have a screw loose that bad? And then...
Well, he was drunk the entire time.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
He was
Yeah, but
Nero
he
times
wasn't
3.
drunk 24/7.
Times 3.
You know, I just do it because I love you, right?
Yo, next episode, he's not gonna be there. We're gonna talk about my serial killer case.
FaZe.
Yeah.
When FaZe was drinking, he scared me. Okay. Because FaZe drinks some crazy shit.
I learned a little bit about FaZe when he was drunk.
Hey! We're not supposed to share things.
I don't speak about that.
I know a few things.
Um,
But this is why we're friends, okay? We're not supposed to tell you our secrets, but some of us blurt it out anyway.
I mean, I've never had secrets. If somebody asks a question, I'm pretty fucking blunt about it.
At this fucking point, everybody knows that I'm fucking in love with trains, apparently.
He wants
Yes,
to
I can
touch
agree.
a
Nero-
train.
That is
Nero is
being
very blunt about his answers with anything.
pushed around.
About as much as I was in the freaking second part of the freaking board game, that never's gonna happen because my shit crashed.
Oh,
I'll
fuck.
continue on real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The marriage proved particularly violent, and on one occasion, a heavily pregnant Knight burned all of Callet's clothing and shoes before hitting him across the back of the head with a frying pan, simply because he arrived home late from a darts competition after reaching the finals. In fear for his life, Callet fled before collapsing in a neighbor's house, and he was later treated for a severely fractured skull. Police wanted to charge Knight, but she changed her behavior to
Gratiating.
please.
Gratiating.
Ingrading?
Yeah.
Ingrading.
Ingratiating Callet.
Ingratiating.
Ingratiating. I've never actually seen that word before.
Can we have a
Yeah.
fucking dictionary around here?
Yeah, spell check. Ingratiating Callet and talked him into dropping the charges.
More or less
May
sucked his dick.
1970
Probably the best fucking, like, slobbery
Most complicated-
fucking
Most
BJ.
complicated sentence to explain that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the
What
fucking
does
machines that I work
ingratiating
with.
mean?
You get that in.
Intended to gain approval or favor. Sycophantic.
Fucking suck his
Gain
dick!
Approval or favor.
Fucking suck his
Yeah.
dick!
Yep. Mark was right.
In May 1976, shortly after the birth of their first child, Melissa Ann, Callet left her for another woman and moved to Queensland, apparently unable to cope with Knight's abuse. The next day, Knight was seen pushing a new baby in a pram down the main street, violently throwing the pram from side to side. She was admitted to St. Elmo's Hospital in Tamworth, where she was diagnosed with postnatal depression and spent several weeks recovering. After being released, Knight placed 2-month-old Melissa on a railway line shortly before a train was due. She then stole an axe, went into town, and threatened to kill several people. A man known in the districts as Old Ted, who was foraging near the railway line, found and rescued Melissa, by all accounts only minutes before the train passed. Knight was arrested and again taken to St. Elmo's Hospital, but apparently she recovered and signed herself out the following day. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a lot that's going on. I mean, could you imagine, the people are just down there, down at the street, fucking, here comes fucking Knight, waving the axe, I'm gonna fucking kill all these motherfuckers, and, honey, the fucking crazy person's out again.
Yeah, I mean, it's attempted murder.
It's just another day down here in fucking Brisbane.
Sorry, that accent just hurts me sometimes, man.
He just got physically sick for a second there, and it wasn't even
comedic
fucking
relief.
food
Okay, you
poisoning.
got to give me that.
My food
But-
poisoning's not as painful as that.
You got to give me that. But yes, she tried to kill a fucking child by leaving it on the fucking tracks.
And
And
just signed herself out the next
signed
day.
herself out the next day.
I just realized why you picked this fucking subject.
Not because of the goddamn trains. Fuck you, Nero. It's Australia. There's an we needed a good Australian story. We've covered a Canadian story before.
I just love how like very fucking train centric the entire thing has been so.
You can suck my ass. All
I like
right.
this next
Tell you
part,
about
though. I really like this next part. A few days later, Knight slashed the face of a woman with one of her knives and demanded she drive her to Queensland to find Kellett. The woman... Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, Queensland is the state... It's a state. Like, is... northeastern Australia, and then below that is New South Wales, which is just eastern Australia. So they're two different states that they're going between here.
Right. Kind of like going in between Kentucky and Tennessee.
Yeah. So the woman escaped after they stopped at a service station, but by the time police arrived, Knight had taken a young boy hostage and was threatening him with a knife. Now this is the funny part. Australian police for everybody. She was disarmed when the police attacked her with brooms.
Oh.
It was admitted to the Morisset Psychiatric Hospital. Knight told the fucking brooms. Knight told the nurses she had intended to kill the mechanic at the service station because he hadn't repaired Kellett's car, which had allowed him to leave. Because he had repaired Kellett's car.
Yeah,
which allowed him to leave.
like she walked in there like, you repaired his car and he left me.
You did your job.
Yeah.
Which allowed him to leave and then kill both her husband and her mother when she arrived in Queensland. When police informed Kellett of the incident, he left his girlfriend and moved to Aberdeen with his mother to support Knight.
So he literally went back down there to live with his mother because he felt threatened by her.
She's absolute psychopath so far.
Absolute psycho. Like, there's a
And
reason
yet-
why she is life imprisonment without parole.
Definitely got more than one screw loose. We'll just finish this section off as well.
And
So,
then, I mean, she fucking dodged a fucking whole head going loose by going to prison for her whole life.
Knight was released on 9th of August 1976 into the care of her mother-in-law, along with Kellett.
Along with Cal.
Into care with her mother-in-law, and along with Kellett, moved to Ipswich, a city west of Brisbane, where she obtained a job at Dinnemore Meat Works.
Hey, there's Brisbane! Brisbane story. Yeah.
On 6th of March 1983, they had another daughter, Natasha Marie. In 1984, Knight left Kellett and moved first to her parents' house in Aberdeen, and then rented a house nearby in Muswellbrook. Although she returned to work at the abattoir, she injured her back the following year and went on disability pension, no longer needing to rent accommodation close to her work. The government gave her a housing commission residence in Aberdeen. So she could just chill now because she's on a disability pension.
Yeah, I mean, she's got that pension. She's got everything she needs. FaZe, what is your take on Katherine so far?
Semi-stereotypical for the serial killer side of things, because she's just been aggressive her entire life. But
Well-
this might be the first time I remember somebody taking a child hostage and trying to kill a mechanic.
Would you
working.
swipe left or right?
Which one's yes?
I mean,
This is like, oh, fuck that. That's hot.
Oh, fuck no.
But
He's like, I'm down bad.
I mean, at this point, all right. So she would dom you. She would need it at least 5 times a day. So can you do it? Can you come at least 5 times
Yeah.
in a row?
Talk about that.
No.
But on good days, fuck no.
And she would like, and then and
Your
during
dick would
sex,
fucking shrivel up.
you would also have to always remember that she has those knives. So you have to think that some of her sexual plays, I'm willing to bet, involved those knives.
Oh, shudder.
Yeah, so before we get to the story and horrific murder of John Price, she did have a couple other suitors in between. David Sanders, for one. Knight met 38-year-old minor David in 1986. A few months later, he moved in with her and her daughters, although he kept his old apartment in Scone.
Yo, honestly, I got a minute. And you're like, they're 38-year-old minor. I was like, 38-year-old's not a minor. I was like, oh wait, never mind, I'm an idiot.
That's a 38-year-old minor. So it's a 18-year-old Rusty. Knight soon became jealous regarding what he did when she was not around and would often throw him out. He would move back into his apartment where she would invariably follow and beg him to return. In May of 1987, she cut the throat of his 2-month-old dingo pup in front of them, for no more reason than as an example of what would happen if he was to ever have an affair, before going on to knock him unconscious with a frying pan.
There's a fucking frying pan again. She loves the frying pan.
She loves a goddamn frying pan. But at the same time, she literally slit the throat of a dog in front.
I mean, technically it was a dingo, but yeah.
In front of him.
I didn't like that noise you just made.
What?
Yeah, a 2-month-old pup. That's kind of sad.
Some people would argue that this is a comedy podcast.
This is a this is a mixed bag.
It's a mixed
That's what you
bag.
get.
That's what you
Yeah.
get. It's a shit show. But oh hell. In June of 1988, she gave birth to a third daughter, Sarah, which prompted Sutters to put a deposit on the house. Knight paid off the deposit when her workers' compensation came through in 1989. Knight decorated the house throughout with animal skins, skulls, horns, rusty animal traps, leather jackets, old boots. What is that? Machetes, rakes, and pitchforks. No space, including the ceilings, was left uncovered. Oh my god! It's no wonder.
With everything.
It's no wonder she's fucking called. What did I say? The fucking Leatherface of fucking Australia. Jesus.
No. Let me rephrase what you said. The Leatherface of Down Under.
The Leatherface of Leatherface of Down Under. After an argument when she hit Sutters in the face with an iron before stabbing him in the stomach with a pair of scissors, he moved back to Scone. But when he later returned home, he found she had cut up all of his clothes. Sutters took a long service leave and went into hiding. Knight tried to find him, but no one admitted to knowing his whereabouts. Several months later, Sutters returned to see his daughter and found that Knight had gone to the police and unjustly told them she was afraid of him. They issued an apprehend violence order against him.
So she's played the Uno reverse card.
Yeah, pretty
Like a
much.
victim.
She played the
Ah.
victim, and so
She
she
played
done
the
that.
victim.
So since he left because she was fucking, fucking crazy,
Psychopath.
she put that violence order against him. That way he couldn't
hey.
see his daughter.
Hey, David Saunders, dodged a bullet there.
He dodged a bullet, but at the same time, he can't see his own damn kid, and his kid is still living in that hell.
I mean, after she got arrested, he probably could still his fucking. He probably could see his fucking kids now.
Probably not.
I guess the system back then as well was a lot harder to. I don't know, like child
Wait,
like
in
protection
1997,
services and
I
stuff.
was 2 by then. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I was too. But here we go. Like in 1997, this is our last one before we get the price. Knight became pregnant by 43-year-old former abattoir co-worker John Chillingworth. That's a fantastic name. And gave birth the following year to a boy
Chillingworth dying
they
for.
named Eric. Their relationship lasted 3 years before she left him for a man she had been having an affair with for some time, John Charles Thomas Price. Da 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 da, da 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 da. All right, FaZe.
And his name is John Charles Price. Da, 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 da.
No, it's John Charles Thomas.
Now,
Price.
before we get into this, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys that are listening in that don't have a visual. And I mean, you have a visual, but you're also just listening in too, because I know 90% of you that play us on YouTube just have us on in the background. But either way, we appreciate you being here. But in this case, this would be the
You
best.
didn't fucking sound like it.
This would be the best time, the absolute best time to grind up a sativa, fucking smoke it, open up a cold one, and just. It's about to get
Ready
nasty.
for a delicious description.
It's about to get nasty. FaZe, would you like to start us off on our beginning of John Price?
Put down your meat, gravy, and mashed potatoes, because this is about to get messy.
Fuck, don't make me hungry.
Wait, no, just for the first fucking sentence, I want to read it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
agree, actually.
Terrific.
Yeah,
No.
okay. So, John Charles Thomas Price, born 4th of April 1955, was a father of 3 children when Knight had an affair with him. Reputedly a terrific bloke, liked by everyone who knew him. His own marriage had ended in 1988. A terrific bloke.
All right, so let's pause
It's
right
like,
there
it's
real
like
quick.
A fucking cool guy, I guess,
Memori,
right?
could you explain bloke?
It's just a guy.
Just a guy.
It's a nice guy.
Just guys being dudes. It's just a
Okay,
bloke.
okay. What do you call? What do you? All right. So what is the Australian slang
Dude.
for a guy that's hung like a horse?
Ramori.
Large.
You knew he was gonna tell us that.
All right, cool.
When the Uno reverse card works too well.
It works too well. Yeah, exactly. That's good. I love it. You can continue reading that paragraph since you already started.
Yeah, I'll finish this one, then FaZe can continue. So, while his 2-year-old daughter had remained with his former wife, 2 older children lived with him. Price was well aware of Knight's violent reputation, as she moved into his house in 1995.
Hey!
Whoa.
That's my year! Fuck yeah! Oh yeah! Alright.
I
Sorry.
cannot. They were well aware of their reputation for being violent, and why would you even take your chances? His children liked her. He was making a lot of money working with the local mines, and apart from violent arguments at first, life was a bunch of roses.
Oh.
Citation
Oh,
needed.
another minor.
Life was a bunch of roses for 2.
Lots of the rural places and stuff like that were massive mining towns and stuff. Yeah.
I mean,
I
a
mean,
friend of
mining
mine-
in Australia
mine
is
moved-
iron, right? There's a lot of iron in
Uh,
Australia.
A friend of mine
Yeah.
in Canada moved like way north in the mines. And like
There's
he
also
comes
a lot
like
of opal
he
as
comes
well.
over.
Mm.
He works for like 8 months. He works 4 months. Comes back in. Works for 4 months. Goes back for 4 months. Like he just like alternates like that.
I
But
couldn't
the guy
do
makes
that. He
that guy
might make a good
makes
living, but I
so
couldn't
much
do
money.
that.
Yeah.
Like
FIFA's
it's like
tough.
he doesn't care. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids. He doesn't have like anything. He have like a mom that he already doesn't isn't on good terms with. So he has like nobody here. But whenever he comes back, he's just like, hey, I'm fucking paying everybody fucking like I'm paying fucking everybody's fucking thing. It's
Seems
like
like he's
God
going
damn, dude.
wild. All right, so in 1998, FaZe, what happened?
Okay.
You was born, right?
I was born in 1998. This is true.
Ooh. That was a guess.
Why have I
What a
lost
kid.
where we were? I literally was just looking at it.
The,
One
the
sec.
last paragraph of John the other
The-
relationship.
other
I was
relationships,
looking
yeah.
into the murder section. I was like, why can't I find? Okay. In 1998, Knight and Price fought over his refusal to marry her. In retaliation, she videotaped items he had allegedly stolen from work and sent the tape to his boss. Although the items were out of date, medical kits that he had scavenged from the company Rubbish Tip, Price was fired from the job he had held for 17 years as his boss had no choice. That same day, he kicked her out and she returned to her own home while news of what she had done spread throughout the town. Citation needed. A few months later, Price restarted the relationship, although he now refused to allow her to move in with him. The fighting became even more frequent, and most of the friends would no longer have anything to do with them or do with him while they remained together.
So, yeah. Now we're at the part where these two are...
Oh no! Wait! You said most of their friends. No, most of his friends wouldn't have anything to do with him while he was with her.
Oh, most of his friends.
Also,
Alright,
I like how you
okay.
emphasized rubbish tip.
Rubbish tip. Oh, it's just a bunch of
Garbage.
rubbish.
Yo, give me just 1 minute. I'm gonna be right back. My mom just came back. I want to know what the fuck happened. Give me like a minute.
Well, let me fucking put in a fucking...
Yeah,
Well,
let me
we
just
know
keep
we
reading.
could just keep talking, but I'm not going to keep reading. I don't want to leave the story because we're almost halfway.
No,
We're,
that's fine. We
we're at-
can
we're
we
at
can
the
go
bottom
on a quick
half.
Australian tangent if you like.
I mean, yeah, okay. So tell us, Ramori, as we're waiting, because okay, guys, remember we need some comedy in between of what we're about to get into because it's about to get
Tasty.
tasty. But Ramori,
It's about to get medium rare like a tri-tip.
stop making me hungry, face. But
You're welcome.
Ramori.
This is a Australian national record, right? Just trying to see. I don't know exactly what date this was. Might have been a few years ago now. However, so it says late last year, which could have been fuck knows when. A woman from Queensland's Gold Coast was awarded the dubious title of Australia's most intoxicated drink driver, having recorded a blood alcohol content reading of 0.48, nearly 10 times the legal blood alcohol content limit. The record has
holy
unfortunately
crap.
now been broken by a New South Wales woman recording a blood alcohol level of 0.48.
What is wrong with the women over there? They're all drunks.
0.4 is
Nero would have a field day in Australia. Get my
Like-
pussy like it's no tomorrow.
you're pretty you're pretty gone at like 0.1, right?
0.1. You're fucking gone, dude.
Yeah, that's right. 0.4?
Oh my
Like,
god.
what? 0.48 even? That's almost 0.5.
That is
Um,
wild.
she was tested after crashing her car into a fence and passing out at the wheel. She'd somehow managed to drive her vehicle for approximately 2 kilometers. I don't know how many miles that is. Like 5
A
miles.
good amount of miles.
Approximately 2 kilometers down a busy road before the crash, a feature which has experts bewildered. What, expert drink drivers?
Expert drunk drivers. That's great.
Yeah, so
What?
Professor Jake Nudgeman stated that for an average woman, the blood alcohol content of 0.3 would normally render them comatose.
Oh my
So a
god.
reading
Oh
of
my
0.4 would normally mean unconsciousness or quite possibly death.
0.4 blood alcohol.
0.48.
0.48.
I'll beat it. Let's go.
Nero, you need to move to Australia. There were some ladies down there. I'm telling you.
I don't want a woman that can outdrink me. What the fuck?
At
Fair
this
enough.
point, you know, I've never seen Norma drunk, so I'm pretty sure Norma can outdrink me.
Yes, very easily so. I'm
I
pretty
was
sure.
just about to say, I'm pretty sure she can.
I'm pretty sure that she can. All right, so now we have finally made it here. This is our we have yeah, still got a little bit of story left, but this is the part where we need to put out the warning again. I know I put out the warning a minute ago. Get out, smoke you a bowl, get ready to relax. If you're driving, just focus on the road. But like at this point in time, just letting you all
If you're
know,
driving C's for the next hour and a half. Don't worry.
it's about to get messy. It's about to get meaty. All right, so here we
Yes,
go.
this is the real meat.
And this is the real
Of the
meat of the
story.
story. In February of 2000, a series of assaults on Price culminated with Knight stabbing him in the chest. Finally fed up, he kicked her out of his house. On the 29th of February, he stopped at the Scone Magistrates Court on his way to work and took out a restraining order in an attempt to keep her away from both himself and his children. The afternoon, Price told his co-workers...
Afternoon.
Shut up. Price told his co-workers that if he did not come to work the next day, it would be because Knight had murdered him. Despite their pleas that Price should not return home, he stated that he was afraid Knight would kill his children if he did not. Price arrived home to find that Knight, although not there herself, had sent the children away for a sleepover at a friend's house. He then spent the evening with his neighbors before returning home and going to bed at 11 p.m. Earlier that day, Knight had brought new... What does that say?
Black
New
lingerie.
black lingerie.
Oh, had bought new black lingerie in and had videotaped all of her children while making comments which have since been interpreted as a crude will. She later arrived at Price's house while he was sleeping and sat watching television for a few minutes before having a shower. She then woke Price and they had sex, after which he fell asleep. Citation needed.
Citation needed.
Romori, I believe that we all should get a part of this, okay? I read the first part, so yeah, at 6.
Or do it like the old school like documentaries. At 6 a.m. the next day. A neighbor became concerned that Price's car was still in the driveway, and when he did not arrive at work, his employer sent a worker to see what was wrong. Both the neighbor and his worker tried knocking on Price's bedroom window to wake him up, but they alerted the police after noticing blood on the front door. Police arrived at 8 a.m. Breaking down the back door, police found Price's body with Knight comatose from taking a large number of pills. She had stabbed Price with a butcher's knife while he was sleeping. According to the blood evidence, he woke and tried to turn the light on before attempting to escape while Knight chased him through the house. He managed to open the front door and get outside, but either stumbled back inside or was dragged back into the hallway, where he finally died after bleeding out. Later, Knight went to Aberdeen and withdrew $1,000 from Price's account at an ATM. Price's autopsy revealed that he had been stabbed at least 37 times in both the front and back of his body, with most of the wounds extending into vital organs. That's unfortunate.
Pinpoint accuracy.
And now face.
Ooh, 1 second.
28 stab wounds.
Oh, it was 37 actually.
Yeah.
37 stab wounds.
At least.
At least.
Several hours after Price had died, Knight skinned him and hung the skin from a meat hook on the of the door on the basically the trim.
Architrave.
Basically the trim of the door
Yeah.
to the lounge room. She then decapitated Price and cooked parts of his body, serving up the meat with baked potato, pumpkin, beetroot, zucchini, cabbage, yellow squash, and gravy. In 2 settings at the dinner table, along with notes besides each plate, each having the name of one of Price's children on it. She was preparing to serve his body parts to his own children. A third meal was thrown on the back lawn for unknown reasons, and it is speculated that Knight had attempted to eat it but could not. This has been put forward in support of her claim that she has no memory of the crime. Price's head was found in a pot with vegetables. The pot was still warm, estimated to be at between 40 to 50 degrees Celsius, 104 and 122 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not even high enough. Anyway, indicating that the cooking had taken place in the early morning. Sometime later, Knight arranged the body with the left arm draped over an empty 1.25-liter soft drink bottle with the legs crossed. This was claimed in court to be an act of defilement demonstrating Knight's contempt for Price. Knight had left a handwritten note on top of the photograph of Price, blood-stained and covered with small pieces of flesh. It read, do you want me to read it, or do you want someone else?
Go ahead and read it. Read the
Time got you back, John. I'm assuming they meant Jonathan, but it's Johathan. Jonathan!
Yeah, so she didn't know how to read or write properly.
Oh, yeah. Time got back, Johathan, for raping my daughter. You to
Why did you say it in a southern accent? Daughter.
Daughter, you to Beck, Price's daughter. For Ross, for Little John, his son. Now play with Little John's dick. John Price. Stick. I don't know what SIC was. Sick. The accusations in the note were found to be groundless.
So, all right. So now Price is dead.
Tasty.
Tasty indeed. She's already caught because she fucking passed out at the crime scene, and he warned everybody of what was about. So it's a good on John for knowing what was going to happen. But why would you wake up and have sex with her?
I mean, no, wait, no.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, wait, even better. He knew she was gonna kill him, and he came back because he was fearing for his kids. He got home, his kids weren't there on a fucking sleepover. Just fucking leave. Your kids are not there anyway.
That was already, yeah that should have been already a fucking, hello, red flag! There it is, waving in front of your face!
And people at that fucking time were just,
he's pretty much a boss, though, for going back, knowing he was going to be killed, and he goes back to his house because there's a chance his children could get hurt.
No.
That's good. That's good that he went back to his father, but he that's I get what Nero's saying. Why did he stay after he found out that the children were staying at a sleepover?
No, even better. He's a boss because he came back. He saw the children were there, and he stayed because he was like, "She's gonna come back. We're gonna fuck."
And they did. And then he got fucked, literally.
And then he got fucked over.
Mm-hmm. All right, Nero, you begin us on the trial of Katherine Knight. Because now she's caught.
Offer to plead guilty to manslaughter was rejected, and she was arraigned on March 2nd, 2001, on the charge of murdering Price, to which she entered a plea of not guilty. Her trials was initially fixed for 23rd of July, 2001, but it was adjourned due to her counsel's
counsel's illness.
Oh, counts as illness. Okay. And it was refixed for October 15th, 2001. When the trials commenced, Justice Barry O'Keefe offered the 60 jury prospect the option of being excused due to the nature of the photographic evidence, which 5 accepted. When the witness list was read out to the prospect, several more also dropped out after, which the jury was
Impaneled.
paneled.
Let me stop right there for a second. 60 people were asked, should this woman be killed for her crimes? 5 said yes. Hello?
Yeah.
No, wait. They said they were adjourned. They just left. They just didn't want to be there.
No, so it says excused, not option to be.
Yeah, they just
Okay,
left. They just
okay,
didn't
like-
want to be there because of the nature
Justice
of the graphic.
Barry offered the 60 jury prospects the option of being
Excused.
excused.
Yeah. So they
Oh,
saying
I
if you
read
don't-
that wrong. My
yeah, if you don't want to see the
bad.
evidence, you can leave. So 5 of them
Yeah.
didn't want to see that.
Okay, my
A
bad.
lot.
That's my bad.
That
I'm
makes-
a dumbass. But, anyway. Continue.
Okay. I lost where I was because of you. Impaneled.
Next
Okay.
morning, Knight changed their plea to guilty.
No, wait. Knight's attorney then spoke to the judge, who adjourned to the following day. The next morning, Knight changed her plea to guilty, and the jury was dismissed. It was then made public that Justice O'Keefe had been advised of the plea changed the day before.
More like Justice O'Keefe.
Fuck up. He had adjourned the trial and then ordered a psychiatric assessment overnight to determine if Knight understood the consequences of a guilty plea and was fit to make such a plea. Knight's legal team had planned to defend Knight by claiming amnesia or disassociation. Thank you very much. A claim supported by most psychiatrists, although they did consider her sane. 2 psychiatrists concluded that Knight suffered from borderline personality disorder.
Which I can agree with that. But no reason has ever
I
been given
don't.
to the guilty plea. And
don't.
despite giving it, Knight still refused to accept responsibility for her actions. At the sentencing hearing, Knight's lawyers requested that she be excused to avoid hearing some of the facts, but the application was refused. When Timothy Lyons took the stand and described the skinning and decapitation, Knight became hysterical and had to be sedated. Citation needed.
Okay, I disagree with that. A simple fact is like, suffer from borderline personality disorder. No, she's been fucking crazy her entire life, 24/7.
Honestly, yeah. 24/7. She's
just fucking trying to get away with it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But on the 8th of November.
Cut the throat. She fucking sliced the throat of a puppy for no fucking reason.
Yeah, for
I know
no
it's a
reason.
dingo,
For no
but
reason.
Fuck it. It's a fucking puppy.
Actually, FaZe, you read on November 8th, and then you will finish the story, Ramori.
Okay, on 8 November, not November 8th, on 8 November, Justice O'Keefe, Kappa,
Yes.
Justice O'Keefe pointed out that the nature of the crime and Knight's lack of remorse required a severe penalty. He sentenced her to life imprisonment, refused to fix a non-parole period, and ordered that her papers be marked never to be released. The first time that this had been imposed on a woman in all of Australia's history.
That's a pretty severe, honestly. Like, never to be released. It's like,
Never to
thank
be
fuck.
released whatsoever.
Finally. It took long enough. In June 2006. Why is it backwards this time? 8 November before, now it's June Oh, never mind. It's not the fucking day. Let's just roll that.
Because
In
that was
June 2006. Knight appealed the life sentence, claiming that a penalty for life in prison without the possibility of parole was too severe for the killing. Justices Peter McClellan, Michael Adams, and Megan Latham dismissed the appeal in the New South Wales Court of Criminal Appeal in September, with Justice McClellan writing in his judgment, "This was an appalling crime and beyond contemplation in a civilized society."
Honestly, and that's where Katherine Knight still is today, serving her life sentence at the Silverwater
65 years old, you
Women's.
said?
She is 65. Yep. She is currently still serving out her life sentence at the Silverwater Women's Correctional Center in New South Wales. So, that's Katherine Knight. What do you guys think? Ramori, did you learn anything today, or did you know every bit of it already?
No, like
I learned she crazy as shit.
I'd read this before, but I'd not known that much detail about it. I think the only thing I really knew was the murdering part of John Price. Nothing in between, or the other batshit mental stuff that she'd done.
Yeah, I didn't know she wake him up so they could have sex, and then he passed out, and then she killed him. Like, what the? What the fuck?
At least she had the. At least she let him have one last fuck.
I mean, you're not okay. If
Hey,
you,
maybe she's where the word yandere came from.
oh my god,
No. Pretty sure that's where pretty sure she's where the word fucking psycho is.
fucking
yandere.
Australian
No.
psycho at that. But that concludes our tale from the Down Under. We'll have some more tales of that here later on. But I believe next week we're going to take a, and just relax, have a relaxed fit episode like we did last week, have a little bit of a break, and then the week after we're going to America's Top Hat for a gruesome story out of Canada. Eh?
Hell yeah.
Oh well.
America's Top Hat. Why haven't I heard of that before?
I mean, I think I've said that
Never heard of
before.
America's hat?
It's North America's Top Hat. It's fucking Canada.
And what is Mexico?
Their dick.
That's weird. Okay.
It's the pee-pee. But, ladies and beans, that is going to
pee-pee
conclude
wasn't
our
very
show
solid.
for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you follow our stuff. Follow our shit at twitch.tv/FaZe the Foxbean, twitch.tv/Miracle, twitch.tv/Rumori Desu, and twitch.tv/Mr. Mark Alive. Please give us some love on that, and make sure to give us, if you're listening to us on Apple iTunes or Apple Podcasts, give us a good rating on that. It sure helps. And hey, a big shout out to all those that are listening to us on that other thing. I can't remember the name of it. There's people listening to us on Spotify, but there's another one out there. I can't remember. It's
Mr. Marco, everyone.
yes, yeah. A big
I love
shout
how
out to you.
said it. I love how you said it so many times where you just don't ever remember about it.
I can't remember. It starts with an E. Pretty sure it starts with an E. Castify?
I would
No.
have no idea.
No.
It starts with an O, OnlyFan. Thank you for following our OnlyFans.
Thank you for following our OnlyFans. Damn it! Now I gotta look this up. Before you guys can't leave yet. I gotta look it up. Where's our statistic thing on here? You know what? Now I can't even remember the program that I used it for.
Man, it sucks to be you. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I'm fucking. Okay, listen. You gotta give me. Okay, you gotta give me a minute because remember, I was in a car accident, fucking 2018, and ever since then, it's hard for me to remember names of stuff. I can remember what they are and what they do, but it's really hard for me to remember names.
I didn't actually know that, and I'm pretty sure you've told me before.
What is the name of the fucking thing that I use? That's not bothering me.
We'll put it. We'll put it.
Either way,
Have a good night,
thank you
y'all.
guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Big shout out to all of you guys. But until we see each other next time, remember to always L yourselves.
You beautiful bastards. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Sounds
And
alright.
Romori's flying off again. But this time in
People
slow
need me.
motion. But this time in the
Eventually.
arms of the angel. Fly away from me. That makes me cry. I see sad puppies. Meow. Meow.
Sad 2-month-old dingoes.